Hello, my name is Zach Rataj, and I'm going to be your child's World Studies teacher this year. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what you can expect in World Studies 6 this year and a little bit about myself. My name is Zach Rataj. This is my 5th year at West Middle School and my 14th year teaching. I spent my first 9 years in teaching English in Baltimore, Maryland, but I was born and raised in Rochester, so it's nice to be in the community where I grew up. Like I said, I grew up in Rochester, Michigan. I graduated from Stony Creek High School in 2004. I was the second graduating class from Stony. And after I graduated from Stony, I went to Western Michigan. Like I previously stated, I spent 9 years teaching 6th grade in Baltimore, Maryland, and this is my 5th year teaching social studies here at West. During my time in Baltimore, I was able to get my master's degree in instructional technology from Johns Hopkins. So I'm really looking forward to doing a lot of cool tech things with your kids this year. I am 36 years old. Right there's a picture of my wife and I. She is an assistant principal at Hoover Middle School in Taylor, and we have a mini dachshund named Vinny. Your kids will hear a lot about them throughout the year. We live in Royal Oak, and I also serve as one of the robotics coaches here at West. I know a lot of questions parents have had already in emails is about materials. And really in my class, they just need 3 things every day. They need their yellow folder and their planners every single day. And they also should have their computer with them. Anything else that they would need differently, I would let them know ahead of time. I'll have them write it down in their planner so they know to bring it the next day. But it might also have, a nice to have a social studies binder to keep assignments in and notes in. We do a lot of activities where we're doing coloring on maps. So a set of colored pencils or markers would be great to have. Obviously pencils to bring to class, something to write with. And like I said, we do a lot of math activities. So it might be helpful to have a ruler in their locker, and we do a lot of art activities. So a ruler, scissors, things like that are helpful to have as well. But I do have those in the classrooms if they forget them at home. Top 5 ways that they can be successful in world studies this year, really just staying on top of assignments. One of the most common things I see in 6th graders with the transition is if they miss an assignment, then they start to build. And then at the end of the quarter, it becomes a rush to get, certain things in. So staying on top of those assignments, not falling too far behind, that will really help them be successful in class this year. That planner should help keep, writing down your planner every single day at the end of class. I save the last 2 to 3 minutes to write down what they need in their planners, so they can help stay on top of their assignments. Also, bringing materials to class each day, making sure that they're not leaving their computers at home, making sure that their computers are charged, bringing something to write with, on days where we're doing a coloring activity, bringing those things that I tell them to bring the day before. That will help them as well. Also in my class, we do a lot of conversations. We do a lot of discussions about what's going on in the world and different parts of our class and, just being actively involved, not looking at the walls or up at the window, but just, following along, asking questions, giving insights and thoughts that will help them as well. And maybe the most important thing for 6th graders is taking ownership over their learning, taking ownership over their grades and their assignments. If they're, if in the grade book something's missing and they thought they turned it in, having them be the ones to reach out and contact me to take care of their assignments. Just that ownership piece will, I think, really not just help them in my class this year, but will help them during the 3 years here at West. What we're getting into, 6th grade social studies is a course designed to involve students in the study of the world while using the lens of the 5 themes of geography. We're going to be learning about the key characteristics of the various countries and regions around the world. This will include, but is not limited to, the history, geography, culture, government, and economy. The focus in this course will be to explore the differences and similarities among the people of the world in different countries and to highlight those important topics and trends that exist in all areas. Really, these first couple of weeks, we've just been going over procedural things. We did it all about you, Google Slide. I had them make their own passports. I'm sure many of them were asking for pictures of themselves at home. And then, next week or so, we're going to start getting into those 5 themes of geography. What is geography? What does that stuff look like? Like I said, so far, a lot of class introductions, a lot of relationship buildings, and we are going to be headed to the 5 themes next. And the first area that we're going to be looking at in the world will be Canada and Mexico. We do a lot of current events in this class. In this course, we focus on those current events and issues that may arise throughout the school year to learn how to evaluate with news media and to see how these issues impact the people and the environment where they occur. We use a program called CNN 10. It's a really great program. They try to stay as down the middle as they can for the kids. So there's really no bias one way or another. But I really encourage you to go online. They're free. Just go to cnn.com/CNN10 and to check check out a couple of those episodes. Synergy, that's where you see your kids' grades. Also, just keeping up with them every week, asking them questions, asking them if they have everything turned in. I highly recommend, just following along, not waiting till that last minute before report cards are due to stay up to date with your kids' grades. We do use Google Classroom. Unfortunately, there's no way for parents to get into Google Classroom, but I highly encourage for you guys to sit down with your kids at the end of the day and have them pull it up. Look at what they're doing in class. Look at the sort of things that they're turning in, having those conversations. I am on Twitter. I do take pictures of the things that we are up to in class. So if you go to @Mr. Rataj WMS, you will find my Twitter page. And last but not least, the most efficient way to contact me is through email. I left my email address on the screen here for you to see. Even if you want to set up a time to have a phone conference, the best way to email me or the best way to contact me is through my email, and then I'll get back to you, within a day at the latest. It was great getting to talk to you guys tonight, and I'm looking forward to working with you and your child for a great year in 6th grade World Studies.